Guys, welcome to another video. Cuinix here, back at it again with another one. So in this video I'll be talking about the best fast modifications you can do to your car. Basically nimekuwa nikitoa videos on how you can buy a car. I believe I'm telling a story there. So this is a video for that person mwenye anataka kuanza kumod their first car, whether it be old or whether it be a new type of car, a new type of car, the newer models, whether it apply the same way, because a car is a car. It's something that is bolted to a chassis and it moves wheels around, whether it uses electricity or solar. It's sawa bora inasonga mbele. And so the best mods to do to your car, so zile unataka modify to maybe performance, maybe to modify. It's boring to sit with a stock car. Exhaust inalia. So that is what will be this video's topic. And with that said, bigger intro. You should take it slow. So, the first thing you should do to your car, actually this is not a mod, this is actually just a precautionary type of scenario. Basically umenunua gari, any car, the first thing you should do is take it to get looked at by some professional guys, maybe some mechanic or a shop. Make sure your car is fully serviced, whether it's oil, brakes, brake fluids, just eco serviced. All the fluids have been flushed and changed, and all the parts have been looked at. This is good because sababu it will give you a chance to look at for parts that are worn out, so that usianze kumod your car and kuna vitu zimeharibika. So itakupatia chance to know how your car's condition is currently, so that maybe kaa kuna arm joint imebend or some crazy stuff zinaendelea huko chini, you fix it first, so that ukuwe na a baseline to start on, not unaanza you're modding your car and other stuff is breaking. So if you want to start modding your car, you have to start with a clean slate, a clean baseline, so that to avoid future complications. And that is the first thing you should always do to your car, especially if it's pre-owned. So you're done with the servicing and everything, imechekiwa yenye ilikuwa imeharibika, umesort some worn out stuff and everything. The first thing you should check out is tires. Basically tires are the first contact point between your car and the ground, and the power from your car is put down to the ground through the tires, and it's a very, very important. It's all down to you to think about what applications you want. Kama unataka just a tire that itakusuit on your daily street, or you want something utatumia kwa circuit racing, or you want something that utatumia kwa drag racing. It all depends with what you choose. And sometimes if you want some brands najua ziko Kenya that offer a really nice tire, but some brands like Yokohama, Falcon really offer some all-round tires. So if you're looking in that direction, labda will look for one of those brands with some really good compound in their tire. Set you just buy something because of a name or something. Some things are just a name and do not offer any performance stuff. And buy tires, good tires. So the next thing after you have good tires, the next logical thing would have good wheels. Basically wheels come in different sizes for different applications. Kuna wheels that you are supposed to use for dragging. There are wheels you're supposed to use for racing. Aftermarket wheels weigh half of what normal wheels that come with a car, basically stock wheels. And this is something I've seen. I saw a friend change tires, and I don't know, the car just felt different. And when you're buying wheels, you have the option of buying a wider wheel to fit a wider tire, which gives you more traction and more grip, thus improving or your all-roundedness uko kwa rotational mass. And I believe wheels and tires are something you should combine, but I name them kando kando so that ni explain why each and every one is important. So yeah, wheels. So the next thing you should do, najua this is kind of depend on your preference, it's weight reduction. Basically if you're like somebody mwenye anataka like a lot of track time and you want to improve your time going around track, najua whistling runs kuna track timing siku hizi. Yeah, so if you want to improve your times, obviously a lighter car will be sensible. This is something actually I've tried on my own. Najua toa viti, do some things, just reduce the weight, the general weight in your car. Unajua the car comes with a lot of stuff, and for maybe comfortability and just some ergonomic type of stuff. So if you reduce the weight that you are carrying, it will increase, unajua, it will reduce how much your car weighs, and generally basically you have a lighter car on the cheap. And this one is good because you don't have to pay anybody, you can do it alone. Me, something I've already started with this car, and I believe because eventually I want a cage in this car. I want to do a lot on this car, so don't mind me. Yeah, so weight reduction, cheap, easy, you can do it yourself. And yeah, basically a free mod. It's definitely a free mod. So basically what I tell people is that when you're building a car for any type of application, you're building it from the ground up. So to cover tires, next thing to wheels, and the next would be obviously suspension. So suspension holds your car in place, I believe, whether you're cornering or stuff. And the best option would be going for coilovers, because coilovers inakupatia that option of adjusting your ride height. Basically a lower car to the ground has a better center of gravity, and so that you reduce body roll. Body roll is the weight you feel of the car while you're taking a corner. So when a car is lower to the ground, it's a little bit better because it eliminates it in a way. And yeah, basically that is what good suspension does. Squeezy cars from the factory come with generally good suspension, especially if it's in a sport package like a Subaru WRX STI. The suspension is really nice. But coilies give you maximum adjustment, so you can adjust the coilover or your suspension according to the track or the way you feel that day. And you feel like, today I don't feel this ride height, I just want it a little bit lower or higher, or yeah, just general adjustivity. So yeah, coilovers are the best. And yeah, as I said, just as the application goes to you, car when you're off-roader, obviously you look for a company that makes good off-roading stuff. And car when you like a street type of racing, or a circuit racing, you look for the manufacturer who makes for that type of application, down to what your application is. Obviously, say you may improve your car, you feel like iko sawa during cornering, umefanya nini. And the next possible, following the rules zenye nimeweka hapo, as in building a car from the ground up, the next obvious thing would be going for brakes. Brakes zinakusaidiaga kwanza, if you have bigger brakes zinakusaidia stopping power. And if you're gunning for like a really high amount of horsepowers or speeds, it's good because basically you want to improve a car, and you want to improve a car, and you don't want to improve the braking system. You'll end up in trouble, trust me, in lots and lots of trouble. The obvious solution would be doing a big brake kit. Toa hizo zenye zimekuja na gari, try looking for a manufacturer mwenye ana make aftermarket brakes and brake rotors. Bigger surface on the rotor and bigger surface on the pad gives you better stopping time. And if I was somebody, I'd probably look like to companies like Brembo. Brembo do make some kits for cars, and for the track or for the street. They actually make a whole package. They can actually give you a whole package from the rotor to the brake pad to the piston and the caliper. And yeah, some other companies like Project New and Spoon make their own braking. And as always, it comes to the application that you want to apply your car to. Drag racing ziko na different type of brakes. Inaitwaje, street racing, circuit racing, all origin kana, all have different type of, unaelewa. So you look the one that will suit your application better. That's all that matters. You don't need big brakes on like a drag car or something you just then you get your application. Sometimes some other cars like this one come with some disc on the front and drum brakes on the rear. Doing a conversion will do a better job because your disc are way better compared to like drum these days, because we're pushing high amount of power. So doing a disc conversion is something that will be good. It's actually something on my mind. I've been checking out. I have a friend mwenye amefanya on his, and nangoja tu kuona the response yenye anapata, and pia mimi nitaenda that way. So yeah, brakes really important. The next type of modification will be according to your preference. Will be interior mods. Basically you want something like a better steering, because unajoga hizi zenye zinakujaga from the factory kwa gana like something like an airbag inside, some electrical wiring. Getting an aftermarket steering wheel will reduce the weight. Obviously utakuna risk without an airbag, but inazua some things you just have to do for the passion. And it's a mod because you're reducing weight. And another thing that is usually so heavy in the car, it's the seats. Getting aftermarket seats like bucket seats are really nice to ensure that when you're cornering, you're not jumping all over the seat like you're trying to. Bucket seats give you like that mounting position where you can just sit comfortably even when you're cornering at high speeds, which is so good basically. And other interior mods like door cards which reduce they basically take out this configuration that comes from the factory, the speakers and all that. Basically you have like just a plastic sheet or made of carbon fiber or just fiberglass. It depends with what your application is and the extent of your pocket, because these mods are not cheap. Kwanza the seats go for almost 50k, even stock seats like WRX and STI bucket seats. Yeah, so interior mods. So the last thing, actually the one that everybody likes to doing, is modding your car for power. I would if I would advise you, I'd probably do it in stages. Start with something simple like an intake, cool air intake, something relatively simple, but the air gains they do the factory intake is usually quite restricted. Doing a cold air intake with a cone filter is really nice because it restricts. It's not as restrictive as the one that comes from the factory. Another thing is the exhaust. Basically, if a car breathes and exhales better, you improve the flow of air inside your engine. And a better exhaust improves that, and cold air intake does that. From there, probably I'll do something like, if it all depends on the setup I want to, on the application. Can't drag, obviously unaweza weka like a turbo or something like a circuit racing, unaweza weka like a supercharger. Basically those really expensive mods, and they are expensive mods, trust me. Turbos are expensive because when you are upgrading a turbo, you need a manifold, you need something like an intercooler, something. Basically power mods are really expensive, and I usually advise anybody who asks me, like, as in, do it in stages. I have friends who do like circuit racing and rally racing. Hata hao wana stress it the same. Start simple, always start simple and build all the way to the top. And basically if you follow this format, utakuwa sawa and you won't have a lot of stress. Naelewa, just don't buy a car and go and strap on a turbo there and hata ujaangalia like even if the engine is healthy. Naelewa, ujaangalia some basic stuff. And with this structure utakuwa sawa. It's something I am following me myself. So obviously nikifail nitawaambia hey my list failed, which I doubt, because with this nimeangalia from other people who are in the industry and generally the world. So with that comes the end of the video. Kind of short, but precise. I hope you liked it. If you are a new subscriber here, please consider subscribing. If you're an OG subscriber, thank you. And see you on the next one, which will be tomorrow.